Every empire believes it's eternal until it falls. The question is, why? Why do some nations rise from chaos to global dominance, while others, even with might and wealth, quietly fade into history's shadows? This is the haunting question that Wess Mitchell explores in Great Power Diplomacy. Mitchell, a scholar, strategist, and former U.S. diplomat, dissects centuries of history to reveal the hidden patterns that decide which powers survive and which perish. But don't let the title fool you. This isn't just about countries. It's about you, because the same principles that guide empires guide our personal lives too. Power, influence, foresight, timing, they matter in the boardroom, the marketplace, and even in our daily decisions. If you've watched our previous summaries like Same as Ever by Morgan Housel or Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, you'll notice a fascinating connection. All these books teach one truth. The winners are those who understand human nature and think long-term when others react short-term. Mitchell's book is the geopolitical version of that truth. It shows how nations, just like people, rise and fall by their ability to think strategically, adapt swiftly, and act wisely. So sit tight, because today we're decoding the hidden playbook of power, with lessons that stretch from ancient empires to your next big decision. Lesson 1. History is the ultimate compass of power. Every time history repeats itself, the price goes up. Mitchell begins by showing that the world doesn't move in straight lines. It circles back. He draws on centuries of European diplomacy to reveal that nations that fail to study the past end up repeating its worst mistakes. He argues that today's world mirrors the 19th century: rival powers, fragile alliances, and rising tensions. To navigate it, leaders must treat history as a strategic GPS, not just a school subject. Viewpoint. Think of your life like a nation. If you never analyze your past failures or triumphs, you'll keep falling into the same traps. Reflection isn't nostalgia, it's strategy. Lesson 2. Power is always in motion. Still waters only look peaceful. Underneath, the current never stops moving. Mitchell shows that the balance of power is constantly shifting. Empires that rest on their laurels, from Spain to Britain, are eventually outpaced by hungrier, more adaptive rivals. The key? Anticipate change before it happens. Viewpoint. In business or relationships, success can turn to vulnerability overnight. Constantly reassess where the power lies, whether it's market trends, personal leverage, or alliances. Lesson 3. Diplomacy is the art of controlled emotion. The calmest person in the room usually controls the outcome. Mitchell explains that true diplomacy isn't about charm. It's about emotional intelligence under pressure. The best diplomats win not through aggression, but through emotional mastery and patience. Viewpoint. Remember Chris Voss's lesson from Never Split the Difference. He who controls the emotions controls the negotiation. Whether you're in a business deal or a family argument, diplomacy beats dominance. Lesson 4. Power without direction is just noise. Even giants fall when they forget where they're going. Mitchell warns that the biggest threat to great powers isn't the enemy outside, it's confusion within. When nations lose their sense of purpose, their power decays from the inside out. Viewpoint. This mirrors Terry Smith's philosophy in Investing for Growth. Don't chase everything that shines. Focus on what aligns with your long-term vision. A clear mission keeps you from burning energy on distractions. Lesson 5. Geography never retires. Technology changes, geography doesn't. Mitchell emphasizes that geography still shapes destiny. Rivers, mountains, and seas determine not only military strength, but also mindset and culture. He urges leaders to respect geography's unchanging power. Viewpoint. Your personal geography, your environment, social circle, and habits shapes your destiny more than motivation alone. Surroundings create behavior. Manage your environment and you manage your future. Lesson 6. Restraint is the ultimate flex. Sometimes, doing nothing is the most powerful move you can make. Mitchell highlights restraint as the secret weapon of strong nations. The greatest powers don't rush into every battle. They conserve their energy for moments that matter. Viewpoint. Just like investors wait patiently for the right opportunity, or negotiators stay silent at key moments, restraint separates amateurs from masters. Sometimes saying no is how you win big later. Lesson 7. Grand strategy. The lost art. Strategy isn't about the next move, it's about the next decade. Mitchell laments that today's leaders think in election cycles instead of centuries. True greatness, he argues, comes from grand strategy, a vision that aligns power, patience, and purpose across generations. Viewpoint. Your grand strategy might be your life's mission. Instead of chasing quick wins, ask, what kind of person am I becoming? Because direction beats speed, always. Lesson 8. Alliances are tools, not friendships. In geopolitics, loyalty is often a temporary illusion. Mitchell reminds us that alliances are transactional. Nations ally not out of love, but out of necessity. When interests diverge, even the strongest bonds break. Viewpoint. The same applies to real life. In business or relationships, align with people whose goals align with yours. True partnership isn't about emotion, but shared direction. Lesson 9. Decline begins with complacency. The most dangerous words in power are, "We're too strong to fail." Mitchell argues that every empire falls the moment it believes it's untouchable. Overconfidence blinds leaders to new threats. The same overconfidence destroyed Rome, Britain's empire, and countless corporations today. Viewpoint. Think about companies like Nokia or Kodak. They didn't fail because of lack of talent, but because of arrogance. The same is true for individuals. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Lesson 10. Adapt or be outmaneuvered. The world rewards agility, not size. Mitchell's final insight ties everything together. Survival belongs to those who evolve fastest. Whether it's a superpower facing a new rival or a person facing life's curveballs, adaptation is the currency of endurance. Viewpoint. This ties beautifully to Morgan Housel's message in Same as Ever. The only constant in history and life is human behavior. Learn to adapt to it, not fight it. That's how you stay relevant when everything else changes. Great power diplomacy isn't just a history book, it's a manual for strategic living. Wess Mitchell writes with the clarity of a historian and the precision of a chess grandmaster. What makes it special is how it connects the dots between power, psychology, and purpose. It's about nations, yes, but it's really about us, how we lead, decide, and survive. If Never Split the Difference taught us emotional strategy and Investing for Growth taught us financial discipline, then Great Power Diplomacy teaches us the strategic patience of nations, how to think centuries ahead in a world obsessed with seconds. Now tell me, which of these lessons hit home for you? Do you see any echoes of today's world in these historical power plays? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. And if this summary expanded your perspective, make sure to check out the related ones on the summary shelf, from Same as Ever to Never Split the Difference. Together, they form a powerful chain of wisdom about how to think, act, and lead in uncertain times. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next big idea that could change how you see the world. Until next time, stay curious, stay strategic, and always think like a great power.